Hi everyone, welcome to this webinar. In this webinar, I will share some tips on how to become the Netflix of the recruitment industry. One of the main reasons why Netflix is so successful is because they really care about their visitors. They give every visitor a unique experience by making use of personalization. So what will you learn today? You will learn what personalization is, why you should care about personalization as a recruitment company, and afterwards I will give some tips on how to become a personalization pro. I will share some insights on how big companies like Spotify, Netflix, and Amazon are using personalization, but I will also share some insights on how some other recruitment companies are using personalization towards their advantage at the moment. So, who are we? I'm Willem Drijver. I started TechLayer 4 years ago, and the reason why I started TechLayer is because Spotify's, Netflix, and Facebook's today are very personal towards their visitors. You all know it when you go to your Facebook timeline. Everybody gets to see another timeline based on their interest. And there was a thing, people are getting used to these personal experiences, and I really wanted to help the other companies who did not have that large development teams. I want to help them with providing a personal approach towards their visitors. So that's why we created a personalization software which makes it very easy to create personal experiences on your website. And we made it for marketeers, so there's no need for any development power. For the rest, I'm very passionate about helping others to succeed. And I started TechLayer to give every visitor a personal experience on the website. So let's dive into it. Personalization. When you need to give a definition of personalization, I looked it up in a dictionary for you. It's the process of making something suitable for the needs of a particular person. So what does it look like? When you look at it at a more visual perspective, at this moment, every visitor that comes onto your website gets to see the same website, as you can see on the left here. With TechLayer, we make sure that you understand every visitor and that you can adapt the website towards their interest so that they will convert faster and will be more loyal in the future. 90% of the recruitment websites are not personalized at the moment. And why is that? That's very strange, because it's so important that your visitors get the feeling that you know them, that you care about them. So why is that? What's the reason for it? There are a couple of reasons why recruitment websites are not personalizing their experience yet. And the main reason right now is that there is no technical knowledge in the team. Marketeers have the idea most of the time, and they have a lot of creative ideas, but they can't execute on the ideas because they can't develop, and they do not have the power to create the personal experiences. So that's the first problem why most companies do not have a personal experience. The next problem is that there's no time. When you're going to look at other tools in the market, you really need a lot of time to implement personalization. You need to make database integrations and so on. So it takes a lot of time, and that's something that we really want to change. And for the rest, there are also no financial resources. Most of the times, personalization is not that cheap. But it's really worth the investment when you see that visitors are converting way faster and are becoming more loyal towards your brand. Because otherwise, when you're not investing in personalization and you show the same website to everyone, they're just going to leave and going to go to a competitor and who has a better experience and convert over there. So that are the main problems for recruitment websites, why they don't start with personalization. So why should you care about personalization? As I mentioned before, is that visitors are getting used to the personal approach because of Facebook, because of Netflix, and that's why you should really care about the personal experience that you provide. Netflix, they are one of the best in the world in providing personal experiences. I guess that you have all noticed it when you are using Netflix, and it also pays off. 35% of the conversions that come through at Netflix are the ones that interacted with personalized content. So it's very important to provide personal experiences to your visitors. And what are the effects of the personal experiences? First effect is you need to understand your visitors, and you can understand your visitors with personalization. At this moment, it's all a black box. You don't know what's happening on your website, and you have Google Analytics. Most of the companies have it, but you can go way deeper into the analysis of your visitors, and you really need to know your visitors to understand them and to take action on the data that you have of them. Another effect is that you will increase your conversion. By automating the user experience, you will increase your conversion when visitors are seeing more personalized content. So it's good for you, but it's also good for the visitor because he sees the relevant content, and you will get way more conversions. Another effect of personalization is that you will retain your clients, and that's most of the times also very important, is that you build up a relationship with your clients, and when they are in need of a new job in the coming years or in the coming months, because they do not like their current job, you can send them relevant emails, and you need to build a relationship. And with personalization, you can build a way better and deeper relationship than you are doing right now. So right now, the tips, very excited to share them with you. I will share 10 tips to get the same experience as Netflix. So you can become a pro in personalization. So yeah, let's dive into it. The first tip at this moment, as I mentioned before, is that your website data is a black box. You have the data, you are using Google Analytics for it to analyze it most of the times, but you don't know what the activity is for every visitor. You don't know what the interest is for a specific visitor, and you also don't know which jobs you need to recommend to the visitors. The solution for it is you just need to know your visitors. You need to know what the activity is, if he or she converts, what the visits were that he or she has done. You need to know their interests. You need to know which jobs are relevant for them, because it feels good for them. It feels good for you. You can compare it to a physical experience, not online, where you see a visitor. It's way better when you know them, when you have some background info about them to start the conversation, instead of that you just need to ask all kinds of things. It's also hard for them to explain it. So it's very important to get to know your visitors based on your website data. What is something that can help for this is a customer data platform. That's something that we have, where you can see where they're from, what their interests are, what their website activity is. So right now it's a black box, but you can really see from every individual visitor what the activity is, if they converted, which pages they visited. Also the job recommendations for every visitor. That's also something that you can see, from which social media channels they came onto your website, and so on. Then the next tip, I see it a lot when I'm in sales presentations, and I'm asking. Sometimes I'm asking, okay, why is this button over here, or why did you choose to do it like this, to put this image over here? And they always say, yeah, that's something that we thought was okay, or that was something that our marketing agency told us to do. That was best. And I always ask the question back: Did you measure it, or was it just a guess in the wilds from? Okay, we think that this is the best. it's very important to use A/B testing to get it right. Instead of just making decisions based on your guts, make decisions based on data. Data always has the right answer, and if you can measure it, for instance, if a person in your company says, okay, this button needs to be blue, and you say, no, I think red is better. You can also make it kind of a competition. You can make an A/B test. 50% of the visitors gets to see the blue one, and 50% gets to see the red one. And the one who wins, that's the one who you can roll out onto your website. And you can make it a fun competition. You can place a bet on it. You can really do fun things with A/B testing. An example of how Netflix is A/B testing. It's very detailed. Sometimes it's just about the words that can make a huge impact. And these are some variations. They had an ABCD test. So 25% of the visitors will see this version, the other 25% this version, and the other 25% this version, and the last 25% the D version. And eventually the winner was, the differences are just the text: join Netflix, get Netflix, try it now, or join now. And the winner was, try it now. That's something that you beforehand you don't know which one will be the best, but that's something that you can test. The most people are converting when they are using try it now. So that's one that they are using right now, and it converts way better. Another tip and mistake that a lot of recruitment companies make is that sometimes they do not have recommendations, job recommendations on their websites, but most of the times when they have them, they are just not relevant. And how do you get it right? That's something I'm going to mention later on. But the question is, how do I start? That's something that most companies don't know, and it's actually also it is very hard to start with implementing recommendations on your website. It's not that easy when you don't have a development team, and also when you have a development team, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to create good recommendations. So the solution for this is that you need to recommend jobs they really want to see. First of all, you need to pick the right strategy. There are a lot of different strategies. For instance, you can show in a recommendation box, you can show the latest jobs that they visited, but you can also recommend relevant jobs based on their browsing behavior. And you can also go way further than all of that. But I will not discuss that right now because that's a boring theory. But yeah, it's very important to recommend the relevant jobs. That's something Spotify does, but it's not for jobs, but that's just for your understanding that you know what I'm talking about. And they have a Discover Weekly. And how do they create the Discover Weekly? They're going to look at your listening history, and they're going to recommend other relevant songs to you that matter to you and that you might be interested in. And they are doing it based on your browsing behavior and your interests. They're also going to predict which songs are relevant for you. Another thing is what they do. They're going to look at similar profiles. So, for instance, when you and your friends or someone you know listens to the same music, and that person finds a new song, then it's very likely that you also like that song. So it takes a lot of AI and machine learning to get your recommendations right. So that's also why most companies don't have that in-house right now. Another mistake that a lot of companies make is that they show the same homepage to every visitor, and it's when a visitor comes onto your website, they don't feel at home. When you can show them relevant info, when you can show them relevant banner, for instance, or relevant jobs, they feel more connected to your brand, and they will be more loyal and will be more likely to convert. So that's really something that your visitors deserve. They deserve a personal approach on your website, and that's something that Amazon does. They have different banners, for instance, on their homepage. So, for instance, when you want to buy uh, some toys for your child, or when you're just a handyman and you need some tools, they show other banners towards their visitors. When you want to give an example for the job market, visitors that are interested in sales jobs get to see other banners than visitors that are interested in construction. Then the next thing, job boards are becoming less effective, and they are very expensive. I get to know, I get to hear that a lot of our clients that, for instance, Indeed is kind of expensive, and they get something out of it. But when the visitors are coming towards their website, the bounce percentage is way too high. They have like a very high bounce percentage, and they want to improve on it because the visitors are coming towards their website. They only see the job. Of your company, and then they just leave and are going looking further on Indeed, and that's something that you can solve to decrease the bounce percentage. It's very important to keep the visitors on your side, because otherwise they're going to look further on Indeed. They find a competitor or a job that they think that suits better, and it's perfectly possible that you have the same job on your website, or a job that suits their needs, but they simply just did not see it, and they went back to Indeed to search further to the right job. So don't let them go back to the job board. That's something that ASAP, that's a client of us. They keep their visitors on their website, and they do not let them go back to the job board. When a visitor has an exit intent, so when he wants to return towards an Indeed or another job board, they will be shown a pop-up with other relevant jobs. So it's perfectly possible that they do not like the current job that they are looking at, but you will get an extra chance to keep them on your website and to make them convert. And that's when you show the pop-up with other relevant jobs. They will stay on the website. Not all of the times, but you will convince most of the visitors to stay on your website and to convert and apply for a job on your website. There are different options. You can do it with exit intent pop-ups. You can show a personalized message when they come from Indeed on your website, but you can also show personalized pictures. There are just some options. You can really do a lot with it. The next thing is that most of your visitors, a lot of your visitors, I hopefully for you, they finish their job applications, but there are a lot of visitors that do not finish their job applications. It's very hard because they like the job. Mostly the form is too long or the process is not that good. But it's very important because some people are just forgetting about it that they've applied. It's very important to remind them that they did not finish their job applications, and most of the times it's just manual work. You have to call them to remind them, okay, you did not finish your job application, or you just do nothing. That's also possible, but that's not really good because they are likely to apply and they're just gone because they did not finish their form, and it really is a shame that they are going to go to your competitor or do not finish a job application because they just forget about it. The solution for it is that you can automate the reminders when someone does not finish the job application. there are different ways. You can automate it via the website. You can show a pop-up with, okay, you did not finish your job application on this specific job. Also via email, you can send them an email. But something else that you can do, you can also show them a Google Chrome notification when they're not on your website. That's also very nice to do. So you can really automate the reminders that you can relax and just do nothing and make them finish their job applications. That's something another client of us is doing. Raak. They help their visitors to finish their job applications. They're doing it with a pop-up on the website that's saying that your application has not been sent yet to that specific vacancy, and then you can just finish your job application. So yeah, it's very easy to do it. Another problem that we see is that your job alert is way too complicated. Some recruitment companies do not have a job alert yet, but the ones who have, they have long forms. It's not encouraging for people to leave their email address behind on a very long form where they need to fill in a lot of information. It's just not from today. It's maybe 10 years ago it was fine to fill in all the information, but in today's world everything needs to go fast and it needs to be easy and so on. So there's a solution for it, and it's a very easy solution. You just need to make it easy for your visitors. Based on what they're looking for, you already know a lot about your visitor. You know if they're interested in sales jobs, you know the location, you know if they need to have a full-time job, and so on. So you already know what the visitors are looking for. So why are you going to ask about it if you already know what they are interested in? So that's also something that Raak is doing. They have the job alert of the future. It's very easy. You just need to leave your email address behind as a visitor. It's way better, way easier, and way faster than a very long form. And you know the what they're interested in. So you can send them relevant vacancies via mail or via notifications on Chrome. And again, the recommendations are based on the history, the browsing history, on the interests, and also predictions on which job the visitor will like. Okay, so there are some tips, but these are the latest tips for today. There are a lot of more tips, but this is it for today. Yeah, one tip is retain your clients. Send them relevant job alerts, for instance, based on their browsing behavior. It's very important to retain your clients because otherwise, when you don't do it, when they apply and you're just gone and do not let them hear from you, they will not come back. They will go to a competitor who helps them better. So yeah, it's very important to retain your clients. Another step that you can do is retargeting. So when a visitor did not finish their job application, for instance, you can show that message on Facebook, on Instagram, and so on, that they can really finish the job application for that specific vacancy, because otherwise they're just gone, and that's just an extra channel that you can use when you do not have their email address and they do not come back to your website. Another extra channel is Facebook, Instagram, that you can use to retarget them and to get them back to your website to make them apply faster. And another thing, the last tip for today, is that you need to keep your visitors. You need to send them regular personalized emails to make sure you stay in touch with your visitors. When you lose your visitors, when you do not keep in touch with them, they forget about you and they will be gone. Then some results you can expect from a personalized approach. First of all, a lot of extra applications. We've seen an average of 29% extra applications, but it can also be higher than that. You will because you have a personalized homepage, you will be having way higher click-through rates. because people like it. They feel familiar. They feel like you know them, you care about them. So the click-through rates towards the rest of your website will be way higher. And also for the rest, the bounce percentage will be decreasing because they will see more relevant content. And why would you invest in personalization right now? It's I can't express it too much. It's so important to be personal for your visitors. Your visitors deserve the personal approach. So it's also very early. Not a lot of recruitment companies are using personalization yet. And when you want to be one of the first recruitment companies that takes a step and offers the personal experience to your visitors, you are becoming a pioneer in the industry. Yeah, that's something that's very nice to do. And yeah, for the rest, we can help you with the entire funnel, from understanding your visitors to making them convert faster, to retain your visitors. That's also something that we can do for you. We move fast. There's no need for endless integrations. It's just adding the tracking code. Then we will yeah, show you some cases that are nice to have for you, and then we do a setup, and you can go live after 1 week. It goes very fast, and there's not that high time investment from your side. On average, we see a 2-hour time investment from our client side when we're going to implement personalization. We also make it very easy for you. It's made for marketeers, so we give marketeers the ideas. The marketeers have the ideas, and we give them the power to execute their ideas. We're an expert in recruitment. We work for industry leaders in the recruitment sector, and yeah, we really would love to work for you as well. And there's no need for integrations. It's a plug and play software. And we really focus on making it easy and relevant for you and for the visitors. So yeah, that was it. If there are any questions left, feel free to ask them in the chat below on the right, and I will answer them as soon as possible. But before I leave, I have one special gift for you. If you're saying, okay, I'm really excited about personalization and what a personal approach can, and I want to know what a personal approach can mean for my website, then I have a gift for you. I'm very happy to learn you more about personalization, and to educate you on what personalization can mean for your website. So if you're interested and really want to know, okay, what can personalization do for my website, you can always click on the link here, and you can make an appointment with me, and then we're going to look together how personalization can help you and help your visitors to get a more personalized experience. Thanks a lot for your time today. Hopefully, I will see you soon, and have a nice day. Bye.